I'm going to tell you about the four main types of edge protection. Now, when you're hauling steel, obviously, I'm not hauling anything with sharp edges, but a lot of times you'll be hauling flat steel, coils, all kind of stuff with real sharp edges, and it'll cut your straps real easily. So what you got to do to mitigate that is use some edge protection. Okay, and today I'm going to tell you about the four main types of edge protection, and there's a couple more of them, but these are the ones that you have to have in your truck. And I made the mistake of not for years, but or now I have in some of them. But anyway, I've learned over the years, I learned the hard way, and I don't want you to have to learn the hard way. First up, we just got a standard piece of carpet here. And the advantages to this is, number one, it's real quick. You just strap it to your catwalk, throw it in a box, you take it out, you throw it on the edge. And what I always do is I put the shag side on the material. Okay, I've always had better luck with it not ripping straps when you do it that way. But another nice thing is you could take a big swatch of carpet, let's say you find it in a dumpster or whatever, or somebody's throwing away, somebody got new carpets in their house, they'll be glad to give you their old carpet. And you could cut it with a utility knife any size you want. Now this is probably the most convenient size, but a lot of times I got some pieces of carpet that are, you know, this big or so, and they're extremely handy to have around. But cut them in all different kind of sizes, that way you're not dealing with real big pieces. You can have little small pieces like this. Anyway, moving on. That goes to my next one over here. Mud flaps. Okay, now there are quite a few advantages to mud flaps as opposed to carpet, but there's also some cons, okay? The greatest thing about mud flaps is that they have a very high friction coefficient. Now what that means is when you put this on steel or anything and you put a strap over top of it, it's gonna hold that a lot tighter than just this strap. See, this strap, you can slide your fingers on it real easy, but this rubber mud flap, and you can tell, because when you rub your fingers on it with the same amount of pressure, it's a lot, your fingers get a lot hotter. Now that tells you right away that it's got a higher friction coefficient. But another advantage of that is, if you can see, I got this folded in half, okay? Now, what I wanted to do was, I wanted to keep this pole from moving forward, okay? But, you know, I didn't want, because of the location of my stake pockets, I couldn't put the strap any farther back, you know, to hold it back. So there was just this tiny little gap here. And this is a big advantage to mud flaps too, is when you fold it over like this, it acts as a spring and it'll hold the tension between the strap and the material. Let's say you just got a little bit of space, all right, and that strap might be bouncing up against that material, but it's not close enough to hold down a piece of carpet. So what you do is you could fold it like this and it'll keep tension on that strap. Now, I promise you guys there's about a half an inch or more gap in between this strap and this material, and you cannot get this mud flap out of there, okay? Now the cons to mud flaps, what's that? Biggest con to a mud flap is they're kind of awkward. They're big, they get in the way and everything. They're hard to store because you can fold up that piece of carpet nice and easy and put it in a small box or whatever. But these mud flaps, they're a lot harder to store. So to be honest with you, it takes a lot for me to grab one of these mud flaps because putting it back is kind of a mess. But anyway, moving on to the next one. What's that? That's one of these V-boards. All right. Now, a lot of times we pick up plastic fencing, all right, PVC fencing. and this is actually a part of it, a square post, okay? And what we do is we just cut it in sections and everything and use it. Now, we have ones that are about, 4 foot long, and we use that for brick, shingles, all kind of things. But these little tiny ones, I tell you what, I grab one of these quick and in a hurry all the time. If I don't need a whole lot of, that's the downside, is it's not a lot of friction coefficient. And it's not gonna be held real tightly with the strap, as I stated with the mud flap. But they're super easy to put away. You got a side box bolted to your frame. You could just throw those in that little crevice there or whatever, and they work out great. But another nice thing is like if you have something at a 90-degree angle, let's say bricks, and you're using this, like I said, we use longer ones for bricks and they're a little bit lower, but it keeps some of the material. Let's say you got shingles, okay, this will keep the first 3 shingles from sliding out from underneath it, and it's at least going to put a little bit of tension on those shingles for the first 3 or so tiers. Now, that's not a big deal, but that is a pro to these. And like I said, the biggest thing is, man, they're just so quick and easy to use. And but the problem is, when you take them off your load, a lot of times, they're real high up, and I just tap them with my bar to knock them off. But when you can even see it there, when you have them fall on the ground, they lose that 90-degree angle and get a lot wider. And that's also, if you tighten them down too tight, they'll break. So that's probably the biggest con to these. But hey, quick, easy, and dirty, just how I like it. Last one is one thing that I neglected getting for a long time, and that's because they're, it's kind of pricey, and you think you don't need it that much, but you definitely need it, and that is what a moving blanket. Okay, now these fold out. They're about, same size as probably a twin bed or so, and you can roll them up too if it's easier to store that way. But the greatest thing about these is if you have to tarp a load, okay, and let's say you're hauling tubing, okay, and a lot of people don't realize that tubing is razor sharp, okay, because of the way they cut the ends of it, but that's another video. Well, I actually do have another video about it. And so what you do is you put this moving blanket on the edge of the tubing, kind of like that, and it'll keep your tarp from ripping. Because I almost guarantee you, if you're hauling tubing, you don't have a moving blanket on the edges, you're gonna rip your tarp, period. Not gonna be a fun day, and you're gonna wish you would have watched Matt with Tips for Truckers over here. But the biggest con to the moving blankets is they're a hassle. They're big, they're bulky, and they're hard to store. So, like I said, a lot of times I'll fold it twice and roll it up like this and put it in my side box, and I've found that to be the most compact way. Now, I already got about 6, 7 of them in my side box, and I got this one in my tarp box, and it's a little bit easier just to have it folded up. But also another thing, if you have like a bunch of straps in one place, let's say you got like a 5-foot piece or whatever, that's 50,000 pounds, you got to put 10 straps on it. Just throw a moving blanket on the edge real quick. If you're not hauling it very long, throw a moving blanket on that edge, and you won't have to get a million pieces of these edge protection like mud flaps, carpet, or those V-boards. But like I said, folding these up, it takes you a while. I usually end up using about 6 of them if I got sharp edges on my load, and I'd say it takes about 10-15 extra minutes just to take them off and fold them up. So it is a hassle. So know which edge protection is best for your application and your load and your budget and time. Well, budget really doesn't matter. These cost about $10 a piece. Now, I definitely recommend getting at least 6 of them. Now, ask if your company will provide them for you first, but if not, we got cheap ones at Harbor Freight. They're about $5. They'll rip a lot easier. But if you go to Sam's Club or Costco, a lot of times you can get really, really good ones for just $10 or so. And a lot of times, like for example, this one. So this one I got for free because a moving company was just throwing it away. He was like, "Oh, this is so wore out, blah blah blah. It looks brand new." So I don't know what he was talking about. He's just throwing them in the trash can. I'm like, "Hey, give those to me. It's going to save my company some money." It's like I said, over here at Dawes, they take care of you. And if you need something, moving blankets, you know, we don't cut straps over here because we use edge protection. But if you need an extra strap, Dawes will always take care of you. So I got to definitely give a shout out to Dawes Incorporated. And they've been taking care of me for about 7 years, 6-7 years or so I've been working here. But anyway, make sure you use proper edge protection. Protect your straps. Definitely protect your tarps. Save your company some money, or use some money if you're owner-operator. Shout out to all my owner-operators. And guys, this man with Tips for Truckers. Don't cut your straps, and have a nice day.